Trust the timing, even when it feels cruel. If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes sacrifice. Every dream demands payment. If you don't pay with effort, you'll pay with regret. Your life isn't yours if you constantly care about what others think. Freedom comes when you stop living through borrowed expectations and start honoring your own voice. Sometimes you need to burn bridges to stop yourself from crossing them again. Sometimes you need to burn bridges to stop yourself from crossing them again. Closure sometimes means no return. Light the match and walk forward without looking back. A man without a vision for his future always returns to his past. Without direction, nostalgia becomes a trap. Dreams keep you anchored to tomorrow, not yesterday. Make sure the choices you make are worth the losses you'll take. Every decision has a price. Pay only for what's truly worth the cost. Action breeds more clarity than thought. So you can't think your way into a new life. You have to act your way into one. Motion reveals truth. No plan survives without steps. And no dream lives without deeds. You can make all the mistakes you want. Just don't make the same one twice. Error is human. Repetition without reflection is a choice. Learn, adjust and evolve. It's okay if you don't know how to move on. Start with something easier like not going back. Progress doesn't require running. Sometimes it begins with simply standing still. Sometimes you just need to be a bit selfish. Put yourself first and think about what is best for you. Self-prioritization isn't cruelty. It's necessity. You cannot pour into others from an empty vessel. Learn to see people for what they are, not what you want them to be. Projection blinds clarity. Accept what is, not what you wish could be. Be humble enough to know you aren't better than anyone, but wise enough to know that you're different than the rest. Equality honors dignity. Uniqueness honors purpose. Hold both with grace. Until you become comfortable with being alone, you will never know if you're with someone out of love or out of loneliness. Solitude clarifies motives. Only from wholeness can true connection be born. People don't decide their future. They decide their habits, and their habits decide their future. Dreams are built in the quiet repetitions of daily choices. Habits carve the path long before destiny arrives. The faster you do the things you avoid, the faster you get the good things you want. Procrastination delays your blessings. Courage shrinks the gap between you and your dreams. Accept the things you cannot change, and change the things you cannot accept. Wisdom is knowing the difference and strength is acting accordingly. The greatest challenge in life is discovering who you are. The second greatest is being happy with what you find. Self-knowledge is a journey. Self-acceptance is a victory. You think you know someone, but mostly you just know what you want to know. Expectation blinds reality. True understanding demands seeing beyond your wishes. If you don't control your mind, someone else will. Master your thoughts or surrender them to someone else's agenda. If nothing else, some people just teach you how not to be. Even hurtful encounters are lessons. Learn and choose differently. You can't make anyone love you, and you can't force yourself to love anyone else. Love is voluntary, never negotiated. It grows freely, or it doesn't grow at all. Don't burn your opportunities for temporary comfort. Ease now can cost you greatness later. Sacrifice comfort for possibility. Confidence does not come from an expectation of success. It comes from a comfort with failure. Real confidence is knowing you can fall and still rise. Sometimes the hardest thing and the right thing are the same. Right choices often come wrapped in difficulty. Choose them anyway. We are the average of the people we spend time with. Surround yourself with good people to be a good person. Your circle shapes your future. Choose those who lift, not those who pull. Don't expect to see a change if you don't make one. Wishing changes nothing. Action alters everything. People will walk in and out of your life, and those you least expect will become past remembrances of a temporary time you once thought was permanent. Impermanence teaches gratitude. Love deeply but hold lightly. You train people how to treat you, unconsciously or not. Boundaries speak louder than requests. Teach with consistency, not complaints. The point of the argument is not to defeat each other, but to understand each other. Debate to connect, not to conquer. True victory is mutual understanding. If it scares you, it might be a good thing to try. Fear often guards the door to your next transformation. Walk through it. Your value is not determined by someone else's inability to see your worth. Blindness in others says nothing about the light in you. There are no bad emotions, only bad reactions to them. Feelings are neutral. Reactions to them. Feelings are neutral. Growth lies in your response, not your resistance. You have to learn how to channel your negative emotions in a constructive way. Anger can destroy or drive you to build. Choose wisely where your fire goes. People who show you new ways of thinking and new ways of seeing life are important. Expansion begins with perspective. Treasure those who widen your horizon. Your enemies will often tell you the truth because it hurts. And your friends will often lie because it doesn't. Criticism stings, but sometimes it carries honesty that comfort hides. Develop a willingness to be disliked. This will grant you the freedom to do what needs to be done, even if it's unpopular. Approval is fleeting. Integrity is forever. Stand firm. Be brave enough to do it. Say what you want to say, not what people want to hear. Truth tellers change the world, not because they are liked, but because they are real. If someone's absence brings you peace, you won't lose anything. Loss is only loss if it leaves emptiness. Sometimes absence restores. We often overestimate what we can do in a year, but underestimate what is possible in 5. Patience stretches potential. Play the long game. Your past or childhood may be messy, but it's a great force in your future. Broken roots still grow strong trees. Your beginning does not dictate your ending. If it's out of your hands, it deserves freedom from your mind too. Release what you cannot change. Freedom follows surrender. Don't be afraid to start over again. This time you are not starting from scratch. You are starting from experience. New beginnings carry old wisdom. That's not weakness. That's an advantage. The more responsibility you take, the more you empower yourself to actually do something about that pain. Ownership shifts you from victim to architect. Power grows where blame ends. Your friends and family do not always know what is best for you. Love doesn't always equal understanding. Trust your own path above their comfort. Loneliness is the price you pay when you start to improve yourself. Elevation often demands solitude. Not everyone can follow where you're going. Don't take people for granted. You never know when they could be gone. You never know how much they mean to you until they're gone. Presence is fragile. Honor it while it's still within reach. Characterize people by their actions, and you will never be fooled by their words. Consistency reveals character more clearly than promises. When someone shows you their true colors, don't try and paint a different picture. Believe actions. They speak louder than your hope ever will. If you want to feel motivated to do something, take the smallest action towards doing it. Momentum breeds motivation. Start, even if it's tiny. You will never remember the days and nights you stay home and do nothing. Life's memory is made of boldness, not caution. Go live. Hands that were on your shoulder during bad times are more valuable than the hands that clap for you on your success. Loyalty in storms means more than applause in sunshine. Treasure the ones who stayed. Forgiving doesn't make the person who hurt you feel better. It makes you feel better. Forgiveness frees you from carrying pain that was never yours to hold forever. Accept things as they are. Life isn't about living in the past or living for the future. It's about living in the now. Peace grows where presence lives. Life is happening now. Don't miss it chasing yesterday or tomorrow. People who play roles will eventually forget their lines. Pay attention. Truth reveals itself over time. Authenticity needs no script. You are always responsible for how you act, no matter how you feel. Emotions may explain your behavior, but they never excuse it. Mastery means choosing your response. Being honest may not get you a lot of friends, but it'll always get you the right ones. Truth filters out the temporary. What remains is real. Learn to deal with people for who they are. not who you want them to be. Acceptance is wisdom. Expectation breeds suffering. No matter how good you are, if you are in the wrong place, you are worthless. Environment shapes value. Thrive where you are appreciated, not merely tolerated. Extraordinary results come from repeating ordinary actions over an inordinate amount of time. Consistency, not talent, builds excellence. Greatness is simply persistence multiplied. You can either choose a happy, conventional and stress-free life, or you can choose a very interesting but more difficult and meaningful life. Ease or depth, the path you choose shapes the meaning you find. A man must be big enough to admit his mistakes, smart enough to profit from them, and strong enough to admit his mistakes, smart enough to profit from them, and strong enough to correct them. Maturity means learning, growing, and owning the weight of your actions. When you blame someone else for your problems, you're giving them power over you. You're allowing them to define and dictate your happiness and well-being. Responsibility reclaims control. Blame chains you to your circumstances. People start hating you when they cannot control you. Freedom irritates those who depend on your compliance. Stand firm. Forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know before you learned it. Growth deserves grace. You couldn't act on wisdom you hadn't yet earned. If you find yourself constantly trying to prove your worth to someone else, you have already forgotten your value. Self-worth isn't a performance. It's a truth you carry quietly inside you. Leave when a promise turns into a sorry. Broken words fracture trust. Protect your heart when patterns replace apologies. You don't find your purpose somewhere else. You create your purpose exactly where you are and you bear meaning to it. Purpose isn't found, it's built. Meaning grows where you choose to plant it. No single thing will solve all your problems. No goal, no achievement, no relationship. You will always feel mildly inadequate and somewhat dissatisfied with your life. Fulfillment comes from embracing imperfection, not from erasing it. A happy life is not a life without stress. It's a life of meaningful stress. Meaningful burdens feel lighter. Carry what matters and stress becomes purpose. You won't forget some bad things. You just stop caring until that happens. Don't stress too much about it. Healing doesn't erase memory. It softens its grip. It's never too late to do the things you've always wanted to do. Don't let naysayers discourage you, because they may be projecting their own insecurities. Their fear is not your destiny. Start now. Your dreams are still waiting. With time, the more wins with fear you can accumulate, the more fearless you will become. Courage is cumulative. Every act of bravery shrinks fear's shadow. Never make someone a priority who only makes you an option. Energy should flow both ways. Choose mutual respect over one-sided loyalty. Whoever fights can lose. Whoever doesn't fight has already lost. Failure is possible when you try, but guaranteed when you don't. Courage is the first victory. The only way to feel better about yourself is to do things worth feeling good about. Self-esteem is earned, not gifted. Build it with your actions. A lot of things broke your heart but fixed your vision. Pain clears illusions. Sometimes the fracture is the first glimpse of truth. Never deny yourself an experience just because it's unknown or uncomfortable. It may just be a defining and wonderful part of your life. The unknown often holds the life you're meant to live. Step into it. There will always be someone who can't see your worth. Don't let it be you. The most dangerous blindness is the one you choose against yourself. Your entire life can change in an instant. So instead of passively taking what you have for granted, be grateful for it and do whatever good you can with it. Gratitude now prepares you for life's unexpected shifts. Value what is fleeting. One of the most dangerous things you can do is believe someone's opinion about you. External voices distort inner truth. Guard your self-image fiercely. Your relationship with others is a direct reflection of your relationship with yourself. You teach the world how to treat you by how you treat yourself. Your tomorrow can be very different from today if you try. Keep thinking about what is not working today, and I promise you that your tomorrow won't either. Change flows from action, not from complaint. Shift your energy forward. It's not about having time. It's about making time. Priorities reveal themselves not in words, but in calendars. You can't always be nice. That's how people take advantage of you. Sometimes you have to set boundaries. Kindness without boundaries invites exploitation. Protect your peace with strength. Destroy the old you before it destroys you. Growth demands sacrifice. Shed what no longer serves the person you are becoming. Be selfish with your time. A lot of people don't deserve it. Time is the true currency. Spend it on those who honor its worth. Never be so loyal that you betray yourself. Loyalty to others is noble, but loyalty to yourself is essential. You cannot have everything. You always exchange something for something. Every gain carries a cost. Choose your trades wisely. Weak people revenge. Strong people forgive. Intelligent people ignore. Reactions reveal character. Choose forgiveness and focus. Your energy is too precious to waste. We are defined by what we give up, what we sacrifice, and what we reject. Identity is shaped more by what you leave behind than what you chase. You are merely a reflection of the preferences and demands of the people around you. Unless you reclaim your identity, you will live a collage of others' expectations. If you don't decide who you are, other people will decide for you. Self-definition is power. Don't surrender your story to other authors. The more you love yourself, the more you'll detach yourself from things that don't love you. Self-respect makes toxicity unpalatable. Love yourself enough to walk away. Follow your heart but take your brain with you. Emotion fuels dreams. Reason steers the ship. Use both wisely. You can have results or excuses. Not both. Excuses comfort the ego. Results reward the soul. Choose action. Growth happens when you start doing things that you're not qualified to do. Skill follows courage. You don't become ready. You become willing. Be smart enough to ask for advice, but be wise enough to know who to seek it from. Not every voice deserves your ear. Seek counsel from those who walk the path you respect. You grow as much as the amount of truth you're willing to accept about yourself without running away. Facing your reflection without flinching is the birthplace of true change. There is always time. The only question is how long you will make excuses and pretend that it doesn't exist. Excuses steal years. Action reveals how much time was always there. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Presence isn't a luxury. It's the only way to truly live. Slow down. Look around. Feel it. The worst kind of enemies are those who pretend to be your friends. Betrayal wears a smile. Trust actions, not appearances. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Silence can be strength. Not every battle deserves your energy. Do not discuss your past with anyone, because only you know its true story and significance. Others may not understand or even use it against you. Protect your story. Share it with those who have earned your trust, not your vulnerability. Success and failure are fuzzy concepts that only exist in your mind before you do something, not after. Action clarifies. Labels mean little once you move forward. The more grateful you are, the more beauty you will see all around you. The more generous life will seem, and the happier you will become. Gratitude rewrites your vision. What you focus on multiplies. Sometimes you need to stop seeing the good in people and start seeing what they show you. Hope is powerful, but awareness protects you. Believe behavior. If there's something you want to do in life, don't wait. If you do, you might find 5 years have passed without you doing anything. Time moves whether you act or not. Begin now. Most of your problems disappear once you start hanging out with smarter, more thoughtful people. Your environment shapes your elevation. Choose your circle wisely. Everything comes to you at the right time. Be patient and trust the process. Impatience blinds you to life's unfolding wisdom. Trust the slow miracles. You can't always help. Sometimes you will watch people you love make terrible decisions despite the advice you give them. Love advises, but does not control. Release the outcome with compassion. Envy is a waste of time. You already have all you need. Comparison poisons gratitude. Your journey holds enough. Sometimes the world is trying to tell you who you are. But if you don't stop to reflect and listen, you'll never be able to hear. Stillness invites clarity. The world whispers truth when you quiet the noise. Enjoy every bit of your life to the fullest. Your compromises and sacrifices will be rewarded. Meaningful effort plants seeds that bloom in unseen seasons. An apology without change is just a manipulation. True remorse is measured in transformation, not words. You don't really know the person you're with until you move in together. Never marry anyone without living with them first. Proximity reveals character. Living together shows what love alone may hide. Hurting them back will not heal your pain. Revenge recycles wounds. Healing begins when you step off the cycle. Someday you will look back and know exactly why it had to happen. Understanding often comes late, but it always comes. Trust the unfolding. You cannot control the behavior of others, but you can always choose how you respond to it. Your power lies not in others' actions, but in your reaction. Stop having relationship problems with people you are not in relationships with. Reserve emotional labor for those who truly matter. Once you lose someone, it is never exactly the same person who comes back. Loss changes people. Some returns are mere reflections of what once was. If you spend too much time thinking about a thing, you'll never get it done. Overthinking paralyzes. Action unlocks progress. If you say you'll do something, do it. Your word is one of the most valuable things you can cultivate. Unlocks progress. If you say you'll do something, do it. Your word is one of the most valuable things you can cultivate. And if your word ever loses that value, it will be hard to get it back. Integrity is built one promise at a time. Guard it fiercely. Trust takes years to build, seconds to break, and forever to repair. Trust is fragile. Handle it with reverence or risk losing it forever. You might not enjoy discipline, but you'll enjoy the results. Discipline demands today. Results reward tomorrow. You won't always be able to help someone change for the better. If you keep trying, there will come a day when you decide you can't do it anymore. And they clearly don't want to change. Love cannot override choice. Sometimes letting go is the greatest compassion. Just because you miss them doesn't mean you need them back in your life. Longing is natural. Reopening closed doors rarely is. The cost of procrastination is the life you could have lived. Dreams die in delay. Act before regret becomes your story. Be careful who you share your weaknesses with. Some people can't wait for the opportunity to use them against you. Vulnerability is a gift. Offer it only to the worthy. In solitude, the mind gains strength and learns to lean upon itself. Isolation, when embraced, forges resilience. Solitude is not loneliness, it's empowerment. Sooner or later, a person who wears two faces forgets which one is real. Pretending fractures identity. Truth always outlasts the mask. What you allow is what will continue. Boundaries teach others how to treat you. Silence is permission. Your true friends become apparent when you're at your lowest. Adversity strips away the shallow. Only the real ones remain standing. Live life the way you want to live it. Because even people who care for you can't be with you every step of the way. This journey is yours alone. Carry your dreams even when no one walks beside you. You're going to make a lot of people mad doing what's right for you. Choosing yourself upsets those who benefit from your self-abandonment. Choose you anyway. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else. Self-preservation isn't selfish. It's necessary. Potential means you haven't done anything yet. Selfish. It's necessary. Potential means you haven't done anything yet. Promise is not achievement. Only action turns potential into legacy. Maturing is realizing that overplaying your part in people's lives to prove your loyalty is only proving how much less you value yourself. Loyalty must not cost your dignity. Balance love with self-respect. Deal with people the way they deal with you. Reciprocity keeps your energy sacred. Match effort, not illusions. If you're lucky enough to get a second chance at something, don't waste it. Second chances are rare and fragile. Handle them with urgency and respect. Stop looking for happiness in the same place you lost it. Healing demands new soil. Don't plant your hopes in barren ground. Real strength is letting people lose you instead of begging them to choose you. Self-worth whispers, if they can't see you, they don't deserve you. There's a reason why some people are not in your life anymore. Absence is often protection in disguise. Trust what left. Honesty is a very expensive gift. Don't expect it from cheap people. Integrity costs more than many are willing to pay. Value honesty as the rare treasure it is. Most people are only nice when things don't matter. Pay attention to kindness under pressure, not just in comfort. Never be so kind you forgot to be clever, and never be so clever you forgot to be kind. Balance heart with mind. Both are needed to navigate the world. You'll be alone in the most difficult times of your life. These times will make you wise, mature and fearless. Solitude forges strength. The deepest growth happens in silence. Some people only care about you if you are doing something for them. True connection is unconditional. Watch who vanishes when you have nothing to give. When you start seeing your worth, you'll find it harder to stay around people who don't. Self-respect rewrites your circles. Dignity filters your relationships. The truth is that maturing is realizing that a relationship can always work out and always be fixed, no matter the situation. Healing requires willingness on both sides. Without it, even love cannot rebuild. One wrong step can change everything. Don't lie. Don't cheat. Be honest and be loyal. Trust is fragile. Protect it like a sacred bond. Never take someone's feelings for granted. You never know how much courage they took to share them. Vulnerability is bravery. Handle it with the tenderness it deserves. If you have more than 3 priorities, you have none. Focus is clarity. Divide your energy too much and you dilute your power. Resentment is like taking poison and waiting for the other person to die. Bitterness hurts you more than anyone else. Release it for your own sake. You can't really control someone's loyalty towards you. You can do so much for someone and still not be treated well. Love and loyalty are choices, not debts. Respect yourself enough to recognize when yours is not returned. If you blame it on someone else, don't expect it to get better. Blame delays healing. Ownership opens the door to change. One day you'll have a clean, quiet house and a car with a spotless interior. And all you'll want is for the ones who made the mess to come home. Mess is a sign of life, of presence, of love. Treasure the chaos while it's there. Action proves who someone is. Words just prove who they pretend to be. Consistency reveals truth. Watch deeds, not declarations. Once you feel you are avoided by someone, never disturb them again. Distance speaks louder than excuses. Respect silent goodbyes. Be cautious with good deeds. Kindness has limits, and some may exploit your generosity. Guard your giving. True kindness includes wisdom. Your progress does not need to be seen or validated by others to be real. Growth witnessed only by you is still growth. Your journey is sacred, even unseen. Expectation always hurts, so expect less or no expectation from others. Lowering expectation raises peace. Give freely, but don't depend on reciprocation. You'll ruin your life trying to make everyone happy. People-pleasing is a road to emptiness. Live true to yourself first. The only time you should look into someone else's bowl is to make sure they have enough. Comparison shrinks compassion. Focus on generosity, not jealousy. Given the choice between being right and being kind, choose kind. Winning the argument means little if you lose the person. Don't take criticism from anyone you would not take advice from. Not every voice deserves space in your mind. Filter wisely. When you're working for someone else's dream, you sacrifice your own. Every moment spent building their vision delays your own destiny. A person who doesn't have a life of their own will always try to create drama in yours. Empty lives crave distraction. Protect your peace from their noise. You can't lose what you never had. You can't keep what's not yours, and you can't hold on to some things that don't want to stay. Let go. What is meant for you will choose you too. Life always offers you a second chance. It's called tomorrow. Hope is renewed with every sunrise. Begin again. Most people will deceive you if you give them at least half a chance. Trust should be earned, not assumed. Watch actions, not promises. It's never too late to reinvent yourself. Change has no expiration date. Every breath is a new chance. When you do things right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all. Excellence is often invisible because it makes things look effortless. Don't set yourself on fire to keep others warm. Self-sacrifice without balance leaves you ashes. Preserve your flame. The people who mind don't matter. And the people who matter don't mind. True belonging asks for your authenticity, not your performance. Believe half of what you see. And don't believe anything you hear. Surface impressions deceive. Truth requires patience and discernment. Never expect someone to catch you when you fall, even if you have caught many from falling. Give kindness without expectation. Protect your heart from entitlement. You can be friends with people for years, and it could take years to realize they were never your friends. Time does not guarantee loyalty. Character reveals itself slowly. All endings are also beginnings. We just don't know it at the time. Loss feels like death, but often it's just the soil for a new life. Life may knock you down, but remember, you don't lose by falling. You lose by staying down. Falling is inevitable. Rising is a choice. You may be the only person left who believes in you, but it's enough. Self-belief is the seed from which every victory grows. Not everyone is meant to be in your future. Some people are just passing through to teach you lessons in life. Some souls are chapters, not lifelong companions. Honor their role, then release them. If you found value in today's video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Your support tells YouTube that this kind of content truly helps people like you. And it allows us to continue building a community rooted in Stoic wisdom, resilience, and inner strength, creating more videos that inspire, guide, and empower you to live with clarity and purpose. Until next time, stay strong, stay mindful, and stay true.